Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Who else thinks time of year means nothing when it comes to picking a movie? Horror, while always thriving in the fall, seems to take its first big leap every year in the summertime. Now, deciding on the right horror movie for you can be a hard choice. It's more so an umbrella genre. Some aren't actually scary at all, but are more fun, while others might only frighten you just a little. Some others might have you on the edge of your seat in suspense. And then there's the terrifying movies that stick with you for days. Today I'll do my best to recommend movies spanning these criteria, and leave you with a nice variety to pick from. And please, don't forget to like and subscribe, as we're really starting to build a nice momentum here.
Groovy.
For the fun, campier horror movies that you can throw on without worrying about your anxiety rising, let's start off with the 80s camp fest known as House 2, the second story. No, you don't need to see the first House at all, as not a single thing connects to the sequel to the first one. Just similar ideas. House 2, the second story, might be the campiest and silliest movie I'll talk about today. It's about a dude inheriting an old family mansion that happens to be extremely supernatural, and acting as a random time machine to any and all eras. He finds his zombie prospecting ancestor, and befriends him rather easily, but he's being hunted by a zombie cowboy outlaw, who wants his hidden treasure. They have to deal with dinosaurs, get a baby pterodactyl, and whatever the hell this thing is as pets, and fight Aztec warriors with an electrician, who was by far the best character in the movie.
Looks like you got some kind of alternate universe in there or something.
As he seems to be either a retired Indiana Jones type, or does electrician work to pay the bills while he adventures.
Don't worry about me. I gotta get home. It's my kid's Little League night.
It's stupid, fun, and downright hilarious. It stands out to me as one of the most memorable horror comedies.
You know, I've been waiting over 70 years for some jackass to come dig me up.
For one that's only mildly scary but still a great time, a Japanese classic called House. No relation to House the Second Story at all. Released in 1977, House is an absurdist horror comedy with such a unique style and execution that it's hard to not instantly fall in love with it during its first act. A classic setup of high schoolers going to an unexpected haunted house for the summer. House throws them into ever-increasing danger and insanity. The soundtrack is a jewel, a sound very much of its time in a good way. It reminded me of the Beatles and the Beach Boys, and it's thanks to this soundtrack that the movie is able to keep its fun and entertaining tone all throughout when it isn't trying to give you a few actual little creeps and scares. I can't forget to mention either that part of the absurdity is none of these 7 girls seem to have regular names. They just all have nicknames that seem to define their whole character, like Sweet, who's incredibly nice and kind, Gorgeous, who acts as our main character, and the widely agreed fan favorite Kung Fu, who quite literally fistfights the haunted objects and monsters like an over-the-top martial arts star. Despite all its campiness and absurdity, House does have a very real depth to it as well, about how conventional and conservative Japanese old values to try and trap and doom young girls inside the home. It's creepy, it's funny, it's a work of art and one of a kind. House is maybe the movie I can talk about the most on this list, but let's move on.
He believed that there was some enchantment in the light.
Now, for something that will have you feeling a growing sense of anxiety and fear. A movie that came out right before the COVID pandemic, and was the perfect shut-in film. The Lighthouse by Robert Eggers. Starring Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe, both giving it their A-game, this movie creates a sense of unease that's palpable, as the tension grows over the runtime. The story is about a new lighthouse keeper, played by Pattinson, who quickly becomes subjected to sights he can't deduce are real or figments of his imagination. All sense of time is thrown out the window once a massive storm begins, as neither keeper of the light can account for it's been days, weeks, or even months. The mystery of whether we're seeing Pattinson see genuine, mind-breaking horrors, or if he's hallucinating from madness, is the core of the film's tension, and Robert Eggers executes it, I'd argue, damn near flawlessly.
Stranded?
That's what I said.
Well, I thought you said relief was coming.
If we can wait out the storm.
Pattinson isn't alone in going mad either, as Defoe's character seems to already be totally insane with his fixation on the light he maintains. He guards it as if it's the single most important thing in the world, like a totem he worships, and that doesn't help Pattinson's loosening grip on sanity at all. Of course, it's impossible to talk about The Lighthouse without mentioning how incredible it looks. Shot to look like a movie that could have been made 100 years ago, it offers a unique style lacking in modern movies. Eggers' eye for composition is pushed to 100, as some frames are hauntingly beautiful and complement the trip that is The Lighthouse. To end our video, let's talk about the scariest of the bunch I'm recommending today. For me, tragedy and body horror can be some of the most terrifying when executed properly together. That's why David Cronenberg's 1986 film The Fly, starring Jeff Goldblum, is my favorite horror flick.
I'm scared. Help me.
In the original 50s version of The Fly, the man is basically instantly turned into a fly monster. Cronenberg, with this remake, decided to have that transformation be slow, tragic, and revolting.
That's disgusting.
The first 30 minutes is focused entirely on developing the love between Goldblum and our second lead, played by Gina Davis. Their chemistry is very real, and their love feels natural and well built. It's that romance which serves as the backbone of the tragic transformation, as after that first 30 minutes, Goldblum's character begins his slow and disgusting mutation into a man-fly hybrid. Even his psychology is affected, as he thinks less and less like himself, and more like a sentient bug as he changes into this sad shell of himself.
That's not too terrible, is it? Most people would give anything to be turned into something else.
Turned into what?
What do you think, a fly? Am I becoming a 185-pound fly?
His nails melt out. His skin changes into a disgusting, fleshy, bug-like surface, and he loses the ability to eat entirely, as now he has to consume food as a fly would, via vomiting acid and slurping up the dissolved bits. On that note, if you have a weak stomach, I encourage you to avoid eating while watching The Fly. As you've seen from the footage shown, the special effects on display are among the best to this day. It's thanks to these effects by Chris Wallace and Stephen Dupuis that The Fly is also an Oscar-winning film. The makeup and puppetry are so phenomenal that Cronenberg even made sure that these talented artists received their names first in the credits, once the nightmare is finally over. It stuck with me when I first saw it years ago on a blind watch, and it's remained my favorite horror movie to this day. It's romantic, depressing, harrowing, existential, absolutely disgusting, and that all comes together like a horrific present of a film.
I'm saying I'm an insect who dreamt he was a man and loved it. But now the dream is over.
With this array spanning one end of the horror genre to the other, I hope you're curious about these wonderful works and seek them out for your own viewing. After all, it's never the wrong time to recommend a good fright. And thank you for tuning in.